Hey Gizmo, you have yellow blonde whiskers. That's so handsome. How you doing, buddy? Oh. How do you feel outside in the fresh air? He's like, man, I live outside. Yeah, but you're out of that crappy hutch. I wonder when the last time you were out of that hutch was.
You're so funny. Hey, it's Scotty, and we got a lot of animals here. We got a lot of piggies, and that means we've got a lot to celebrate. But today, we've got something specific and really important to celebrate. BB, what just happened? You just pulled a feather out. Well, we're going to save this feather as a memento, not just of BB's messy molting, but today is Gizmo's 4th anniversary of his gotcha day. That's right. It's his 4th anniversary of his gotcha day, and that means that January 7th, 2020, we went to Corona and we got Gizmo and Ron. Now, sadly, Ron isn't with us here anymore, and I've got really fond memories of him. I will always have a place for him in my heart.
You hear the motorcycle boys?
These boys, they were out living in a rabbit hutch in freezing cold weather, which, you know, if you just saw my recent video about piggies living outside, someone made the point in the comment that if they're huddled under a heat lamp, that means they're not moving around much. They don't have the space to move because otherwise they'll freeze. Not to mention the fact that that hutch is very small. But what ended up happening to Ron was he had chronic bumblefoot. He had some of the worst bumblefoot that I've ever seen. I'll put that bumblefoot video right here if you're curious, if you want to see that, and if you want to see the rescue situation with them. So I'll put links to those in the description as well. Anyways, I don't want to dwell on the past. I don't want to dwell on the sadness. We turned that bad situation around and we did the best we could for Ron and for Gizmo. And I promised Ron that I was going to take care of Gizmo, and I'm still keeping that promise. And it was also a miracle that Gizmo and Gary were able to become friends and live together. And so they are over here, right here in this cage right here. So we're going to have a birthday party. Now, if you know Gizmo like I do, he is a little bit of a drama queen. He's a little bit of a gossip, and he loves exclusive parties. If it gets too out of control, he gets annoyed, he gets upset. So instead of this crazy piggy party that we had last time for Grape's gotcha anniversary, we're gonna have a more exclusive party with some of Gizmo's really closest friends. But you never know, there still could be a party pooper. You gonna come to the party with me? So we're gonna chop some veggies. I've got some really nice, delicious apples, and we're gonna give them some treats. All right, let's do it. Like a little snack nest. Gizmo. And Gary. We've got baby Nate and Gus, if he can behave. And Pipsqueak. And Pipsqueak starts causing chaos. BB? Gizmo, this party's all for you. So let's see what everybody likes the most. I imagine everyone's going to try the apples and the carrots. I think the carrots turned out really cool because I used this interesting little chopper that I got for Christmas. I'll put a link to it if you want to get one. Why are you chattering your teeth and sniffing Gus's butt? So I think these 5 boys can actually get along well together. And BB. What do you think, BB? Who's gonna have to be separated first? Oh, Gus, did you just pee on Pipsqueak? What are you eating, Nate? Nate, I want to see... Here, I want to see you eat carrot, actually. Nate's been making weird chewing movements, and he's been losing weight, even though I've checked his teeth multiple times, and his teeth look good. Here, you want to try that? Carrots are a really good way of checking if a piggy can eat, because they will end up spitting out, of course, carrot that's already been sliced thin like that, and it's almost a torment to ask him to eat carrot when there's this bountiful lettuce. But when the lettuce runs out, I imagine everyone will switch to the carrots. They don't get apple, almost never. So this is a really fun treat for them. So, we've got Gizmo here, and Gizmo lives with Gary, and they've lived together since Ron passed, and they've gotten along really well. It was a miracle that I was able to get them together. And then Nate lives right next door with Gus, and Gus hops in the cage so much with Gizmo that I've even thought about bringing the walls down and letting all 4 of these guys live together. And then I came to my senses and I said that would be a horrible idea. So again, don't try this at home with your single boys or your bonded boys unless you really know them. BB, what you doing? You don't want to climb down in there. BB, you don't want to climb down in there. No, you don't. Here, you come and sit on my shoulder. Here, sit on my shoulder. Boy, oh boy, they're being nicely behaved.
Where's the fun in that? Well, you know what? I felt bad. I'm glad that a lot of people really enjoyed Grape's Gotcha Day party, but I don't want to stress my boys out. That's not the point. I never want to do anything that is not in their best interest. And I explained in that video everybody that I picked and why, and who I left out, and what my strategy would be for any troublemakers. So that's really kind of the same strategy now. I put everybody together that I think can get along, and if anybody causes trouble, then they'll be removed. So it's been 4 years since I've had Gizmo, and he was at least a year, probably much older. But I know Ron was older than Gizmo. He seemed older. They had Ron longer, and they got Gizmo as a friend for Ron after some time. Nate's almost 5.5. October, November, December, January, so he's over 5.25, but and he's hanging in there. He's always been a crybaby. He's been losing a little weight. He's been to the vet. He's had this reoccurring tooth spur ever since he broke his tooth about a year or so ago. We've had it checked. He has a little lump in under his chin, which has also been checked out. We tried some antibiotics because from the date that I made the appointment to when I went, it had actually shrunk. So the vet was hoping that it was draining. It is now again back to the same size that it was, so he's probably gonna have to go back to the vet again. Incidentally, if you see the spot on Pipsqueak, that is possibly a touch of ringworm or maybe a scratch where he got bit. There's going to be a video about the entire healing process on that coming soon, so stay tuned for that. Nate's complaining, like he always does, for no reason. How much progress are these guys making on these veggies? Nate, why don't you try? Does anybody want the apple? Pipsqueak's going for carrot. In the comments, let me know, of these 5, who's your favorite? Now guess what? I would never choose a favorite. I love them all. And I love them all for different reasons. Nate's a crybaby. He's my little baby. He was born with me, and so he just has this place in my heart that only a pig that you've had, that you've known from day one, could occupy. You know, Gus is the newest of the group, but he's quickly weaseled his way into my heart because he's such a rambunctious, crazy kid, because he's like a ninja. He's a little Houdini. He can, any problem, any wall I put up, he can climb over it. He's objectively smarter than I am, and so that's pretty humbling, and so I love him. Gary's just always been a sweet, gorgeous, look at him, he's just, I mean, if you knew nothing about him, you would just still have to love him because he's so gorgeous and fuzzy. But he's really sweet. He's kind of a nibbler. He ended up at the West LA shelter probably because he's a finger biter. Some piggies are just like that. People ask me, well, my piggy always bites my finger when I'm holding him. It's like, well, you need to get your finger away from his chompers. And some people think that's a snarky comment, but it's true. You can hold them in a cuddle cup or a cuddle sack, but if you got a piggy that's like actually a biter, then you gotta figure out a way to be able to hold them without putting your teeth in the crossfire. I mean, your finger in the teeth fire. Where was I? Little Pipsqueak. Pipsqueak, I got an urgent message. I think it was the North Central shelter in LA, and a little emaciated piggy came in that had a head tilt. Hippie, get out his butt. Pipsqueak. And they said, you gotta come in an hour because they're gonna put him to sleep because he doesn't appear healthy, he doesn't appear viable. And when I got there, I was shocked because yes, he was small. He's always been small, and he was underweight, but with a little critical care and a little bit of love, he's been a really healthy, happy, sweet, sweet boy. He may be blind. Of course, the way he jumps and runs makes me question it every moment. But we've done the blindness test, and it just seems like he can't see. I do believe he's sensitive to light. If I shine a bright light into his eye, his iris does seem to move open and close, but he's failed the blindness test with Saskia several times. But that underdog story, that little boy that I saved from imminent danger, imminent euthanasia, you know, and you can say, how can a shelter be so cruel? Maybe they really were going to do it. Maybe they were just threatening to do it because they knew that a rescuer would run and take them. I think that's not very ethical. But they just don't know. They just don't have the expertise that you and I have, despite the fact that with over 1,000 videos about guinea pig care and guinea pig behavior on this channel and many other channels on YouTube, there's really no excuse to not learn about the animals that they're taking care of every day. Every shelter all across LA and many shelters all across the country and all over the world have guinea pigs because they're being bought and sold, you know, and people are not given the proper information. The pet stores present a false idea of what it's like to take care of these guys. It's not difficult to take care of them. It just requires a certain amount of information and a level of care and space that many people are shocked to discover. And I don't know. I really don't get it. I don't get how you could want to get a guinea pig and then after a couple weeks or a couple months just dump them somewhere. There's always going to be emergencies and a need for rescue, but how can you not try to bond with these guys when they're so cute, they're so funny, they have such crazy behaviors, but they're not dogs, they're prey animals, and sometimes people, they expect them to behave differently than they have in their mind, but you have to open your heart to them and build trust and a relationship, and it will be rewarding. I think so. And that's the purpose of this channel, is to teach people and to raise awareness. There's still so much lettuce and carrots, but everyone's being weird. Okay, we're gonna put it on wide angle to try to. I didn't quite see that. I'm gonna have to look at the replay. But if this was a bonding and that little tussle happened, many people would separate them. Oh, they fought. That was not a fight. That was not even a disagreement. Nate? Boys. They're facing off. Okay, who's tired? Who's getting tired? Gizmo? Here, would you like a piece of apple? Gizmo? Would you like a piece of apple? You getting cranky? Nate, did you just pee on him? Nate's just a crybaby. Oh. Nate, are you ready to go home? Pippi's just over here minding his own business. You think Gus would be the troublemaker? This is much more manageable than that last video. Well, I really hope that you guys enjoy interactions like these. I don't want it to be stressful for them. I want to commemorate moments like these and let them enjoy being together. Because, you know, they're not going to be around forever. None of us are. We've got to take the time to celebrate these moments. But I do think that there is a part of us, there is this love and awareness that we all have and we all share that is apart from time and space, and it's something that doesn't pass, doesn't go. I don't know what you call it. But I really do think that we all are sharing in this, and that it does have purpose and it does have meaning. Boys! So I'm really grateful to be able to share this with you guys. If you like videos like this, these celebrations, please hit the like button. Hit the like button on my videos that you think help people. But again, don't necessarily try this at home with your pigs unless you know them. Personality is the most important thing. Knowing that your pigs are compatible, can get along. And these are some senior boys. He's 5 years old or older. 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 This is the spring chicken right here, Gus. And we don't know how old Gus is. I would guess Gus is around 3. It's hard to know. So I think that's one of the reasons why all you see is a little bit of complaining. Happy Gotcha Day to Gizmo. Let's take a minute to remember Ron and how much they went through together.
This is the guy who's going to take the piggies.
Yeah. Hey guys. Which one? Okay, let me guess. Is that Gizmo?
Do you guys remember which one is which? I'm pretty sure that
You nibbler.
that one is
Who are you?
the one with the red is Ron Weasley, and the other one is Gizmo.
No, Gizmo is the one
Over there?
red.
Which one?
Wait, no, Gizmo is the one over there.
Over here.
I think.
You too, Gizmo. You can have some grass. Gizmo is just one of the most gorgeous piggies. So handsome. His colors are so beautiful. He really is just a sweet boy. And it's so hilarious how anytime there is commotion or chaos, he's right in the middle of it. And I think it's because he doesn't like it. He likes peace. You just pushed me. You just pushed the camera up with his head. Gary. I love these boys so much. And I'm so grateful that you guys get to know them too. So wow, is this the first birthday party that we've ever had where we didn't have to just separate everybody one by one, where we can just say thank you for watching? Come on in here, Nate. You too. Look at this. Look at this lineup. I can say thank you for watching. Really hope you enjoyed this. Leave a comment. I really hope that you're already subscribed. We got piggies cleaning. You got a poop stuck to your foot. Gross. Piggies are cute, but piggies are gross. All right, you guys. Until next time. Thank you so much for celebrating with me. With us. With Gizmo. It means so much. And his buddy Gary.